Can prayer really change a person's life? Some may question it. Others have already experienced its power, but the truth is that few understand its true essence. What if I told you that prayer is not just a conversation with God, but a powerful key to open doors that we often believe are locked? It is in this simple practice that we find answers to deep doubts, strength in the midst of chaos, and hope in the most difficult moments. Many believe that prayer is something optional, but what few know is that it has the power to transform the impossible into possible quickly if you know how to truly connect. Are you ready to understand the true power of prayer and how it can change your life once and for all? Dependence on God is something that needs to be cultivated daily. It is not just about asking for help in difficult times, but about recognizing at every step that without Him, we are nothing. When a person kneels and places his or her life in the hands of God, he or she demonstrates a profound understanding of his or her human weakness. Just as a plant depends on water to grow, we depend on divine wisdom and love to flourish. Therefore, when you wake up, make the exercise of reminding yourself, God, I depend on you with every breath I take, with every decision I make. This dependence is even more evident when we face our fears and daily challenges. Imagine a student on the verge of an important exam, or someone at work about to make a big decision. These situations are good times to stop and recognize that, alone, we can fail. But with God's strength, confidence is renewed and peace floods the heart, allowing us to face any adversity with faith. Sometimes, a simple prayer like, Lord, guide my steps today, can make all the difference. The peace that comes from this dependence is not passive. It is a peace that encourages us to act with wisdom and courage. When we place our fears and weaknesses in God's hands, we receive the strength we need to move forward. Remember, dependence is not a sign of weakness, but of a mature faith that knows that true strength does not come from within, but from something greater. In the most difficult moments, when pain and uncertainty seem to dominate the heart, it is important to remember that God never abandons us. He is present even in the darkest moments, offering encouragement when everything around us seems to be falling apart. The secret is to maintain faith, even when the path is not clear. Imagine someone going through a financial or family crisis. Faith in God allows us to see beyond the immediate problem, trusting that behind every difficulty, there is a greater purpose being shaped. Faith is like a flame that cannot be extinguished, even in the strongest storms. It is this flame that keeps the heart warm, offering hope when despair tries to set in. God encourages His children in many ways, through a friendly word, an unexpected message, or even a silence that brings peace. In moments of pain, it is common to feel that one is alone, but God is always close by, guiding and sustaining with a wisdom that transcends human understanding. Therefore, when fear and doubt arise, remember that God's presence is constant. He never abandons us, whether in the ups or downs of life. He is the one who provides the confidence we need to keep going. When we reflect on this, we can see divine encouragement as a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. This encouragement is what prepares us to find comfort and strength in times of distress. In life's darkest moments, it is common to seek solace in places that seem to offer quick but not lasting relief. However, the true source of comfort and strength comes from God. When everything around us seems to be falling apart and human weaknesses are exposed, it is God who provides the courage needed to move forward. Those who face the loss of a loved one, for example, can find in God a safe haven, a place of refuge where tears are welcomed and hope is restored. God is like an anchor in the midst of life's storms. His wisdom not only comforts, but also gives strength to face what lies ahead. Anyone who has ever gone through a health crisis or a moment of despair knows that without this divine trust, the burden would be unbearable. Prayer is a powerful way to connect with this inexhaustible source of strength, and it is through prayer that one finds renewal, even when the body and mind are exhausted from fighting. For those who feel weak or lost, the message is clear. God is at your side, ready to offer the comfort and strength that only He can give. He not only hears your prayers, but he responds with a peace that calms the deepest concerns. This assurance brings renewed hope to those in distress, preparing the heart to understand the power of prayer. Prayer is a powerful tool, capable of transforming lives in unimaginable ways. When we kneel before God, we are not just speaking words into the air, but connecting our hearts to the Creator of all things, asking for protection, wisdom, and guidance in every area of life, whether in relationships, family, or work, is essential to keeping our faith strong. Those who maintain the habit of prayer experience an inner peace that transcends any circumstance, no matter how turbulent it may be. Often, in times of uncertainty, it may seem that our prayers are not being heard. However, it is at these times that God works silently, responding in ways that are not always evident at first. Faith that God is in control of everything, whether in small daily decisions or in major crises, is what gives us the strength to continue. Examples of this are seen in people who, through prayer, have overcome financial difficulties, serious illnesses, and family conflicts. For those who still doubt the power of prayer, the invitation is simple. Try it. Set aside time each day to talk to God without rushing, and see how it impacts your life. The effect of a sincere prayer is not only in what we ask for, but in the trust we place in God to guide each step. This is the transformative power of faith that molds and refines, preparing the heart to understand that trials are part of a greater process. The difficulties we face in life are not random, but are part of a polishing process that shapes and strengthens us. Just as a diamond is formed under immense pressure, God uses challenges to refine us and reveal our true essence. The pain and trials we go through are opportunities for spiritual growth, developing wisdom and patience. When we face obstacles with faith, we realize that we are being prepared for something greater. What may seem unbearable today will be understood in the future as a moment of learning and strengthening. People who have gone through great tribulations are living witnesses that God is always present, guiding and shaping their lives. The polishing process is neither quick nor easy, but it brings lasting results. It is a journey that, although arduous, brings us closer to God and teaches us to trust in His plan, even when we do not understand everything at the moment. Those who persevere in the midst of difficulties, sustained by faith and trust in God, reap the fruits of a strengthened character and renewed hope. And so, with each new challenge, faith is refined like gold in the fire. God wastes no tears, no pain. Everything has a purpose and a destiny. The question that remains is, how can we transform our challenges into an opportunity to draw closer to God and prepare ourselves for what He has in store for us? God always calls us to something greater, but this calling requires not only faith, but also action. Faith without works is empty, and often, what He expects of us is that we stand up and do our part, trusting that He will be by our side. When we respond to this call, whether by participating in projects that build the kingdom of God or by engaging in experiences of spiritual renewal, we strengthen our journey. A practical example is the Minute with God International Cruise, which offers a unique opportunity for a deep connection with faith and with the community of believers. Those who have participated in these experiences report the transformation that occurs when we are willing to act with faith. These moments of encounter with God, whether in retreats, events, or even in daily actions, renew our strength and align us with divine purposes. The act of supporting ministries and engaging in spiritual activities is a reflection of a living faith, which understands that God works through our hands. He calls us not only to believe, but to be an active part of His work here on earth. Have you ever thought about how you can respond to God's call? Participating in initiatives that impact lives and invest in collective faith is one way to strengthen your own journey. Faith multiplies when shared, and each step taken toward this deep connection brings with it the wisdom and hope that only God can provide. How about taking the first step and allowing yourself to be used by Him for something greater? Now that you understand the transformative power of prayer, it's time to take action. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue living as before, or will you seek a deeper connection with God? trusting that He is in control of everything. Remember, faith is fueled by action, and prayer is the fuel that moves the supernatural in our lives. So, what will your next action be? What are you willing to change in your routine to see results? Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that will help you grow even more in faith, wisdom, and hope. We're just getting started,